Hello and welcome to ReThink 3. I'm Tom and this is my walkthrough video for this game that I just completed. Let's start a new game. ReThink series should be well known by now to people that know my channel. I made walkthrough videos for almost all of the games. So here I'm going to comment a bit here and there. Basically it is a laser redirection game. As you can see, you have these receptacles here, receivers here and here, and you need to activate all of them with the right color. And you also have light sources here that will start a laser, as you can see. So that's the intro puzzle, very simple. 2 receivers with 2 laser beams. A2 is also still very simple. Here you can choose where you want to put blue and red. I usually put blue in there because then I can basically just grab those 2 blue receivers here and red goes here. And even though I have 2 cubes, I only need 1 to hit both of them from here, like that, yeah. So let's move on to puzzle number A3. Oops. Let's see what's going on there. Yes, here we have a laser that is activated by another laser, so we need to get the light source from here and put this thing in there. Then we get the cube and put it, I think it's here, right? No, come on, move it in there. Yes. So you can see the laser is already activated there. And here we just need to redirect it here and get those 3. Also, this one goes there. Oops, it was too much. And 1 goes there, right? Okay. Yes, the door is open. On to the last one. Now here, as you can see, you need red and blue up here and green down here. However, the problem is that here you can only get you can activate the blue laser only with a blue laser also. That's back there. But then you need a green laser to activate this thing here, which is red, or I don't even know which color. That means you need to take this light source and exchange it with one of those. I'm going for the red one here, because now I can direct the green beam into this green receiver there, and I get the red beam here. Or is it a green beam? Oh, no, it's actually a green beam because it's a green laser. I don't know. So we also need the blue beam, the blue laser here, and the blue receiver. And finally, we need to tackle this here. Obviously the red one is done like this. The blue one cannot, like the laser cannot come from this tile because I can't really hit it here so well. So it has to come from there, meaning that I have to grab the blue laser up there. And now I can redirect the green laser like this, right? Okay. That was section A. Oops. What am I doing here? I'm a bit tired because I didn't sleep so well last night. Anyhow, B1. There's a new thing in this game. It's these cubes that like it points into the direction it will shoot the laser out, but first of all you have to switch a button here on one of those pedestals. As you can see, when I activate it, the elevator goes up. And here, this is a bit about color theory, basically that you can mix colors. This puzzle is all basically just tutorial stuff again here. Now we're in B2. And as you can see, I have a blue source here and a red source here, but I need blue here, so let's exchange those 2 colors. Like this. And let's start here. The blue one has to go through the blue receiver into this direction. The red one has to go here, right? Like this. Both of them meet. And that's where I can put the remaining cube. Pretty straightforward. And once I activate the cube with this button here, the elevator will go up. So we have B3. Here we also have to choose what we want where. Now these two receivers both need red. This is only red and this is red and green, right? So the obvious choice is to put the red one in here and direct both in there. So the triangle door opens in the back, but the X door is still open, still closed. Also we need green in here, right? So with green in here, one door opens. I think that's the exit door in the back. And now I can, with this cube, switch on and off these doors here. You can see, like it's green, it's red here or it's yellow there, opening the according door. So now we have B4, the last puzzle in the B section. For a long time here, when I first solved this, I was under the impression that I need to exchange light sources, but that's not the case. In fact, as you can see, you need green in this one, so green obviously has to stay there, and then you need green here and in here. So the easiest way to do that is to just direct it around the corner twice. Yeah. And now you see for the X here, we need another violet laser beam, right? Green, red and blue is white, and we have that back there. So let's grab that and put it in there. Oh, come on, like this and like this. Yeah, the X is open now. However, what doesn't work is this one here. Yeah, because here we need only blue, so we need to be able to switch off the red beam. Now we can do that from here to the other direction. As you can see, now you can switch this one on and this one off, or this one on and this one off, right? Now we have violet, and now we have blue, right? So let's get on with section C. Okay, C1, the first obvious thing is that we need green in these two receivers, so let's exchange this one with this one here, because we also need green down here and green there, so we need to split that definitely, yeah? Now if we take this away here, we can see that we need green in there and green in there, so we need to split this beam, and the only way to do that is this one, yeah? So now we need also blue in these three, and now it's pretty obvious that you just have to put this one in here, and everything works out fine. Yeah, and we have the blue beam for the next puzzle also, which is important. Oh wait, what did I miss? I missed something. Oh wait, I need to exchange the light sources. Totally forgot that. As you can see, yeah. Okay, that's when you know the solution to these puzzles. Always bound to skip something. Anyhow, we've got the green beam here. We need red to get to yellow. We also need green in these two, so let's already put a split in here, right? So we have green everywhere we want it. And now red. Red comes from this side. So the way to do that is put it up there, put it to the right side, and then direct the whole thing down. Yeah. Now we've got all the red ones. However, we need red in here also, and we have one split left. So let's put that in there. Like this. Now everything is activated. Yeah. Pretty straightforward still. And what is it, C3 now? I don't even see the sign. Doesn't matter. So here, we need green up there in the white receiver, right? And we also need green there, so we can't redirect it, we need to split this beam. That's for sure. Same is true sort of for the blue, because we need blue up here and we need blue there. So let's split this one too at the appropriate position, right? So finally, here we need red up here and we need red in there. So let's split this one as well, like this. Now we have violet there already, yeah. And here is one in the way, like of the green one. The green one has to go this way. So let's direct it there. And then there is a hidden cube that's here, which obviously has to go there, because we need violet in there and violet in there, right? So, also violet there. Huh. So that's pretty straightforward, everything here. And like from the layout of the puzzles, you can still pretty much deduce what you need to do. And you should be able to figure these out. Now here also, as you can see, we have violet beam here going in here. And we need violet in there. So let's direct this down already. Like this. Yeah. And if you look at this one here, we have violet here. And here we need violet and green. Now if you look into this direction, you can see green we can direct through this thing, right? So let's do that. All of these three receivers need green. And then we can split the violet beam here to get the white and the violet. Now we need blue in here, blue in there, and blue in there. And that's it already, right? So we need to split this thing here, the blue beam. We don't need the blue beam in here because we already have violet. So, wait. Oh, wait, I was doing this wrong here. This one has to go in there also, green. So now we have a single redirection or a simple redirection cube like this, activating blue or the cyan things here with the green, right? And everything is illuminated. Haha. So, on with puzzle number D. Oh yeah, D1 is under construction. I like this idea actually. Like I like the amount of puzzles is basically the same, but basically thinking about that, the developer had an idea for a puzzle which he couldn't quite like work out totally, so he just left it like this. I find this funny. So here we've got dichroic mirrors. They only let through the color that they are made of, sort of. Like here, as you can see, green is being let through by a green one. Yeah. And the red dichroic mirror lets through the red. But once I exchange them... Oops. That wasn't correct, like this. Oh, come on. Is it selected? No, it's not selected yet. Now. Okay. Now as you can see, like the green beam is reflected by the red mirror and also by the blue mirror, right? Because it's like not the color of the beam. So now I only need to turn this one into that direction and we have red there and green there, right? Pretty nice. The puzzles with dichroic mirrors can become very, very difficult. But in the beginning they are actually quite simple. So you can see here we need blue. So if you take a white beam and you let only yellow, meaning red and green, pass through, what you have left is blue, right? And now green, you filter the green and direct red to that side, right? That's pretty simple still, right? They're getting more difficult now, but even here it's still simple. We need violet, and here we have a white beam. So obviously we can filter out the green part to get the violet. And then we need to direct this through here, which basically sort of solves the puzzle. Now we take this cube here. We already have a violet beam which has to go in there. But we also need a white beam that has to go in here. Yeah? And this thing will reflect any beam that's not white, which is a bit strange. I thought that white dichroic mirrors would basically let everything through, sort of, but they only let through white. It's something to remember. So now if you switch and you activate the green beam, it adds with the violet to white and goes through into this receiver, right? So we go here, we flip the switch, the door opens, and we can go to number E. Just a second, yeah. Okay. So here we have a new sort of technique. As you can see here, the sign indicates that this one is a special receiver. And I'll show you what it does. Let's direct the violet beam into that receiver and filter out the blue part, or no, the red part actually. Let's do that here. So you can see now with the blue, this wall has moved here. Yeah, I can show you again. Because the first time, no, like I didn't even notice this wall moving the first time I saw it. As you can see, yeah, it's moving so that I can reach this receiver here. And now that I put the mirror there, it already indicates that it's a very good position to hit all these red receivers. Also hitting the X, the blue X, so I need to be able to switch that. So let's start with a switch here, like this, and like this, yeah? So now I should be able to hit all the triangles, or both of the rectangles, and there is only one X, yeah? And there the door opens. Okay, this one is a big puzzle, but also here you can sort of find your way around by looking at the clues of the elements, basically, yeah? Like we have the blue beam here, and it goes through this thing, a blue receiver, and there the red beam down there goes through a red receiver, so it's pretty obvious that we don't need to switch. Actually, we can't switch the light source because the blue beam here would go directly into the red beam, the red receiver, right? That won't work. So now, like again, I have a circle receiver here which will activate this wall. So let's direct the beam, the blue beam, through this thing, yeah, like this, and then like this, and the wall opens. I'm also hitting the triangle, which is good. So now the next thing is to get blue into this thing here, yeah? And you could think that this is the best way to do this, but then you go into the X here, right? And actually there would be no way to, like, because here I need like this X here, or this one here. I sort of could try to hit it from here, but I'm not having enough cubes. So I have to go through this receiver here with the violet beam to hit this one. And that means that I can't also hit this one here, because then I wouldn't be able to get both X's activated anymore. And that means that the blue beam in fact has to go here. Yeah? From here I can split the beam into the blue. Yeah? And then I just redirect blue into this thing where blue and red meet, and they shoot up here, coming out there, going through this violet one, right? So now we just need to direct the beam twice to the right, so that we would hit both of these, like this triangle, this triangle, this triangle, and both blue triangles would be hit, would be met, sort of, right? And once I switch this one off here, we have the two X's, X and the blue X and the red X, right? So like this it works. Let me just show you. I can do that here. I have the time. Is there a switch somewhere where I can see that better? We have two X's now, right? Blue and red. And once I activate this here, come on, I have 5 triangles. Everything just in order. Yeah. So let's go here. Switch it or toggle it and go here. Now this puzzle is easiest to start on the back side, actually. As you can see, we have red and blue here, and red and blue, meaning I have to exchange the light sources. And then I have 3 receivers, 3 cubes to direct the blue and red as, oops, as violet into this receiver. So that's pretty obvious, yeah. So now, with this position, I'm hitting the 3 rectangles here, right? So I have to, in this position, also hit the blue rectangle here, which is done already, and this blue rectangle. So let's do this. The easiest way to get to this one is with 2 cubes, one going through here, and one going there. Now I just need to block this red beam here. Yeah. And you can see I have 5 rectangles activated. You see that at the bottom right corner, right? So now I need to be able to switch this door also, yeah? I would have to make this one red, which means the door will open. And here I have red already, so let's do that. Put it here with a switch, because I need to be able to switch back to blue, right? Put the red one in there. Let's activate this. Where's the toggle thing here? There's the switch. So you can see now we have red and blue in here. The violet is being directed through the blue rectangle, which doesn't matter because at this stage we only need access to activate. And then we only have to redirect the violet beam into the final receiver. And that's it. We've got X, 4 X's, and 5 rectangles, alternatively. So I can get out of here. E4, that's also a big puzzle. Now, first thing to note is that here you have a triangle, which is somewhere there. Somewhere there must be a triangle receiver activating these walls, like pushing them to the front. And here, on that side, you have a circle receiver somewhere activating these 2 walls, pushing them to the front. So both of them are in here. As you can see, here's the triangle in blue and the circle in red. Now look, if you put the light sources in here, actually the position doesn't matter, but in any way, unless you redirect the beam before, you will get violet, right? And you can switch violet from here to there, right? So first of all, here we need a blue beam only, and if we switch that, we will need a only red beam in here. Yeah? And now you can already see, like in this position, the beam that is filtered out goes in there, right? So it's blue because here we need red, so that suggests I have to exchange the light sources, because then I will get red there and blue here, and you see the X is activated now, right? Now if I switch that again, you see I get the red beam here, and here I can direct the red one into this receiver, creating violet together with the blue beam. So that's the solution for this thing here. Let's start with the triangle side. Yeah. Here, all the walls are like plane now, right? So here, this actually took me some time to figure out. The main thing to note is that in order to activate all the rectangles, we have 1 rectangle activated in there, yeah? As you can see on the bottom, 1 of 7 is activated already. Now, there are 4 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And there are 2 here also. And that means I have to direct the beam, how do I do that? To the back. However, I can't, like, I can show you actually. Like, as you can see, like this, it's not being directed back. That means I somehow have to get it from here, and like if I'm directing red back here, it would make sense to do it somewhere from here, right? And if you want to direct it from here into this direction, and you need 2 red ones here, the obvious thing, well, obvious, is to split the beam somewhere there and put one here, right? So you hit these 2 red ones, you hit this red one, and you hit this red one and this one. Yeah. So now you only need to get the beam into this cube here and also hit this one and preferably this one, because later on we need this for the axis, right? And this is the solution for the rectangle side here, or the triangle side. As you can see now, if I'm to take this away, all the rectangles are activated now. See that again on the bottom right corner. So with the blue one, this took me very long to figure out, because I always was 1 cube short. The solution I found now is to first of all split the beam, so we get these 2 already. Remember again, the blue beam has to be directed back for these 2 receivers to be activated, yeah? So the way to do that is, like, first of all, like an obvious choice is, once this beam is here, to direct it up there. And now we only need 2 cubes to direct the other blue beam back. Like this it works. 7 of 7 are activated. And like this, 7 of 7 are activated there, right? So let's head on over to the exit and get out of here. That's it. On with section F. Here we have the platforms and elevators that you need to switch. There's also a new mechanic in ReThink 3. The thing I started with was looking at the white receivers here, yeah, because they can be hit from this position, both of them, yeah, which is always a good starting point, that you hit more than 1 receivers with a cube. Now I was trying around a bit until it hit me like it's a symmetrical puzzle here, right? Because like everything is on the one side, on the other side, yeah, sort of mirrored. So in those cases, often it's very good to make a symmetrical solution also, yeah. And I was putting this the split in here, seeing like with this cube especially, that there is something to it. Like once I filter or I pass only green through, I will get green in here. So I need to take this one here. No, wait, it's green. Man, what am I doing? This one here. And put it there. And you can see like the filtered part like is actually directed right into where I want it for the platform switch, right? So you just need to do the same thing on the other side, basically. Yeah. Put this here. Put this around, and that's it. You've got white light in the back from green and yellow, right? Green and violet. And you have all the rectangles activated with the appropriate color. And that's it. It's a very nice puzzle, I think. It's not that easy to find a solution, but it's very symmetrical and very clean. I like these symmetrical solutions. Really like it. Okay, on to puzzle number F2. Here we have 2 platforms. One was where I just jumped down, one there. And that's also where I like to start, because here it's pretty obvious that this, how do you call it? That's a switchable split, right? No, it's not a split. It doesn't split, it switches between 2 things. How do you call that? I don't know. Anyway, this has to be positioned here to either hit this side or that side. You can't hit both at the same time. The platform will just stay in the center. So you just need to put cyan into this thing here, right? To activate these 2 things, yeah? Now we have green from here and blue coming from there. We also need cyan in here. That's another indicator that this is the right solution. So cyan has to come in there from here, yeah? And we can easily do that with these 2 cubes. One here and one here. And that's that already. Like the platform is moving already, very good. Also, we need 2 green ones here. So the easiest way to hit them is from here. We have a split that we need to use here to split. We need green in there, right? We split the green beam and we direct one part through there. Yeah? Now we have 3 cubes left and we need to switch these here. Yeah? Now first of all, I need blue in both of these 2 receivers. So let's take a split, because we also need blue back there, right? And put it, doesn't really matter that much here. Yeah? So now I can take the simple cube and direct the blue through both of them. The platform is moving. And then, in order to move the platform to the other side, I just have to direct the green beam into that box. I need to activate it first, yes. As you can see, now it's cyan and the platform is moving. That's the solution to that puzzle. Also a nice puzzle, I think. Very nice. Like, the size of it makes it a bit difficult, but it's pretty straightforward. You can find your way around if you look at the particularities of the layout, basically. So, let's see what's next. Here we have an elevator platform and a movable platform. Now first things first, the light sources. Obviously blue has to be in here because we can't send a green light through that one. So the green one has to be there. Oh, come on. Go in there. Okay. There it is. And here. Yeah. So given that the green beam is there, it's also pretty obvious, I think, that we need to direct the green beam directly through these 2 green receivers. So everything that's simple green is dealt with. Also everything that's simple blue is dealt with. So we only have cyan here, 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 and here, right? So we want to be able to switch between this one and this one. Now we could do that. Let's see, where would that be? And I can't really hit both of them. If you want to hit this one from here, you need to put the switchable thing there, yeah, and direct green in it, like this. Now we have cyan and we can switch it in both directions, yeah. Furthermore, we want cyan in there, and these 2 actually. So let's take a simple cube first of all, and do that. And then we need cyan in here and in here. So, easiest way is just, we have too many cubes for this, to separate this here, for instance. Take 1 cube like this, direct it over there, right? And take 1 more simple cube and put it from here. Could also use this beam here, doesn't matter. I can't use one and the same beam for both of them, doesn't work. Yeah. So that's the solution to that puzzle. As you can see, I can toggle the positions of platform and elevator, so we're fine. I wonder why there is another split cube and another simple cube, because really I don't know why you need them. Doesn't matter. Here is F3, and here we have 2 platforms. Yeah. One is activated by green and yellow, and one is activated by blue and violet. But however, like, the thing I started with here is basically putting the blue one in here, right? Because I want only blue in here, and like from here I can actually hit with a split from here. I can hit both blue receivers. I only need to add red to this one to finalize the puzzle. Now here I need to take red out somehow, so let's do that with the cyan dichroic mirror here, like this. Yeah. And as you can see, we need green in here and in there, so the second split has to go there. It's here, right? So now I only have to find a way to switch the red beam between this one and this one, right? And the way that I found to do that is to put the beam in there and direct red from either here with a cube here, right? So we get yellow, or green if I switch off the red, the red part, and the other one is here. Is there a switch here? Yes, there. So you can see now both platforms are moving to the other side, and it's also the side where I want it. So let's head out. It's also a very nice puzzle, I think. Even though it didn't take me so long to finish it. The other puzzles took me longer, like puzzles before that even, like the big ones where you have so much space, which automatically gives you lots of possibilities. So, on to number G. Here we have 3 puzzles that are sort of connected, as you can see, because the white beam is being shot out there. It goes like underneath here, comes out here and goes all the way back to the last platform there. And since we need that there is no light source up there, you need to direct the white beam all the way through here. Yeah. You can't not put white in there, because then you're stuck in the next puzzle. So the way to do that is either use a split here and then work with the white one, but the way I found it, I think it's the only way, I'm not sure though, is to position the programmable cube, because you can program colors, in here. So first of all, on the left side we need white, right, to go all the way through. Here we need blue, obviously, for this one and with this one. Yeah. And there we need red, so let's put a red one in there. And now, as you can see from here, with the blue beam I can go through these 3 receivers. And with the red beam I can do the rest by splitting it here and then putting the last cube there. And the door opens and it's done. So G2 is here. Again, we need to make sure that the white beam goes through there, not only because of this thing, also because we need the white beam back there, right? Well, if we need to direct white beam into this direction, then we can take one of those programmable cubes, extend the white. Here we need magenta or magenta, I don't know. And here yellow. So that's red and green, yeah. And then we need another programmable cube and put it here. Yeah. White is being extended. Here we need cyan and here we need red, which is perfect because now with the cyan beam from here and the red beam from here, we can hit the white one there, right? But that's not all. We also need to solve this part here, because all in all it's 15 rectangles. So here we got the white beam, and again we have a programmable cube and we start with that one. Let's hit as many cubes as possible. Here in the center we need green in both of these receivers, right? Green is cyan is green and blue, and yellow is green and red. So let's put green in here. Yeah. Now on this side we need blue and red somehow, and here we need everything. Yeah. However, what you can also see is that these two need red. Yeah. So if you put a cube there, oh come on, yeah, you can get red through this one, and you can already complete this here. So that suggests that on the left side you need blue, yeah, and blue you need in here, in here, in here, and in here. So let's do that with a split, right? Like this. Now it's easy to see that we need green in here and in these two, which is exactly a split from here and the final cube has to go here to send blue into these two receivers. And we've got 15 of 15. Perfect. So the final puzzle. This white beam is again from the room before, right? That's the one we sent through the second puzzle, actually, yeah. So we have to start down here, that's the only light source. And we have to direct it also through this, apparently into the next room, so we have to do that from here somewhere. So obviously, let's put one here, split the white one here, oops, like this. And then we can direct white up here or here. However, if we direct it up here, yeah, you see this receiver would be a bit of a problem, yeah, because we could only attack that sort of from this one here, and we need another cube. So it's more logical or more appropriate to put the cube here and to try and hit violet from there, basically, yeah? Let's do that now. Because here, obviously, we need the programmable cube that we have up here. Yeah. And we wanna put violet to this side, together with a cube like this. As you can see, it's activated now. Okay? So then, we need cyan going straight forward. And to the side we need red on that side here, right? So let's put red. We also need red back there. So that's a very good indication that it's only red. And in order to hit this one, we need to get the cyan from the other side here. Yeah? So the final side of this puzzle here is basically I need to combine everything, because here I need yellow and there I need cyan, right? So I need to combine both of them and then use the programmable cube. Here we get white like this, right? Here I need cyan because I have red already. That's green and blue. And here I need green and red for the yellow. And that's it. G4, the final puzzle. Again, that's the first light source we had. I didn't even notice this here for this puzzle, that it's the same light source from the first puzzle in the G section. This one took me quite long, actually. It's the first really difficult puzzle because there are multiple ways to direct the beams around here. However, the starting point is pretty obvious again, and it is... Wait, I deactivated it. It is here, yeah? Because as you can see, you have to direct cyan in there, and it's definitely lost. You can't do blue or green from the other side. You have to do that from here, yeah? Oh, wrong way around, wrong orientation. So here we need blue to hit this one, and here we need green, yeah? That's a very good starting clue, basically. Now, as you can see, we don't need any red here, which suggests that we can filter out red, and as you can see here, we need red in these three. So let's filter red here with the cyan dichroic mirror, yeah? And now if we redirect the green beam in here, yeah, and the blue beam from the other side through the remaining white receiver, like this, like you get the feeling that this is sort of an important position, right? And indeed it is, because now with the programmable cube you can attack these three receivers here, yeah? Like this. Here you need you don't need red, you have red, you need blue only. Here you need green, yeah? And now you can see that here you can actually combine this to yellow, yeah? And yellow is also what you need there to combine to activate those two. So here we should send through blue, and with yellow I can activate the remaining three white rectangles. However, I don't have any cubes to redirect left, but I have two mirrors. And if I want to redirect the green one, I just put the blue dichroic mirror there, and here it's sort of the same with the green mirror. So they only work as redirectors here in this puzzle. Let's put the one here. As you can see, it works now. Like this and like that. Okay, everything is activated. Nice. So H is coming up. Where's the exit? There. Oh yeah, here's a new mechanic. As you can see here, you have a cube that emits a light, sort of. It has this arrow on it, but you can't do anything with it. It's static. And then you see here the yellow beam goes in it, like a shot into the back of this cube. And in this cube, the beam goes out in the front. So it's sort of a teleport, right? We need red on the right side of the beam, which means on the right side of this cube, so we need to shoot it in from the left side here. And green is on the left side there, so we need to shoot it in from the right side here. Also, we have this yellow receiver there, so let's split the colors here. Yeah. We need yellow here, we need green in the center to hit the green one there, and red is on the right side here, so we need to shoot it from the left side here. Yeah. This one goes there, like this, as you can see. And here the yellow is from there. That's just a tutorial puzzle, very simple, to make you familiar with the mechanics of this puzzle element, which is pretty nice, and there's some really difficult puzzles with these, but we'll get there in a moment. Anyway, here, as you can see, we have the light source going in here, coming out there, and we need cyan on one side and yellow on the other side. There's basically only one way you can do that. So first of all, we need to split the white beam into blue, green and red, right? Blue on the right side, red on the left side, and green in the center, so that we can use a split to hit both of the green receivers. Yeah. And now, as you can see here, we can combine these to cyan and these two to yellow, which is exactly what we need on the other side, right? So then we just have to shoot these in there. Turn this one around. Oops, that was too much. And we have cyan and yellow exactly where we want them on the other side also. Yeah? So the next puzzle is where? I think it's there on the other side. Because now the dev came up with the idea to separate the rooms these teleport cubes are in. That's why you need to walk all the way up here so that you have enough space. As you can see, there's only one cube here. Yellow is being shot in from this side, and blue is coming out from this side. We need blue here. Let's keep that in mind. Yeah. And in the end, we also need violet there. But let's have a look at the other side first. Like, since this is a commented walkthrough, I want to tell you about why to solve the stuff the way I solve it, or I solved it, because to these puzzles, they actually are logical solutions. As you can see, we can't shoot yellow out the way it comes in, because it will go directly into a violet receiver. So we also can't shoot it into this side. We don't have enough cubes on the other side. So we can only shoot it out this way or that way. And that way is obviously the more appropriate place, because we can do more with it, sort of, yeah. So let's try and hit shoot the yellow beam into this direction, meaning from the back of the cube we need to shoot the laser into it. Yeah. Also, that's the only way, because we basically have to hit this one here as well, right? So we can do it like this. Yeah. And then we'll get to the other room this way. Yeah. Now keep in mind, and that's important for the next step actually already, I need to shoot a violet beam into the back of this cube to activate this violet receiver here, yeah? And as you can see, it has to come from here. Now this knowledge, or this information, together with the information that I need a violet beam also here, strongly suggests that I have to shoot a violet beam from here in there and then redirect it from here, right? Which means I can actually use the programmable cube here to program red, violet and yellow, right? So let's do that and see where that leads us. Yeah. Let's already put violet here. Red can go here, and as you can see, red will be here, and we need it in these two as well, right? In the yellow one and the red one. So that means we can do this here as well. And finally, since we have red already in this one, we only need green here, yeah? Which will come here, and on this one we need green also. So that's definitely the right solution, right? It has to work somehow. We only need to get blue and yellow into this cube. Now, we can't cut off the blue one here because we need it in the other room, remember? So we have to do this and just combine them. Whichever way you want. Like this and like this, for instance, yeah? And now everything should be activated. It's not. Something I'm missing. Oh yeah, the violet has to be redirected into the teleporting cube. Yeah, we have 9 of 9. I'm not going to go back into the other room now. So this is 4, right? Here? Yeah, that's H4. Okay. Here we have a cube here. So simplest thing is just to direct it there. That's how I started. Like, I did try other ways to direct it in, but basically you need those other 2 cubes to get the remaining receivers here. So let's start with this, go to the other room. Yeah. And look what's happening. As you can see, the white beam is shot out from here, going all the way around here, and then going in there. And that looks very well, because now you can use a programmable cube here with violet, cyan and red, right? And this one had me puzzled for a while actually, till I found that you have to use the programmable cube right in the beginning, put white in here to direct it through there, so that we can deal with the white in the other room. Let's do that first. So you can see now it's shot out here. Like in the beginning I always shot the white through this one. There is a way to do that, but then it's impossible to use 2 cubes to hit everything. What you can easily do now is split the white beam here into these 2 directions and use the programmable cube here to hit these 2 like this. Red and green is yellow, and red and blue is magenta. Magenta, I don't know. Okay, so we've finished everything on that side. And now we only have to do violet here, which is simple, and figure out the green 3 receivers. There's one up there. But with 2 cubes, that's very simple. Just direct the green through these 2, and then finally through this one here. And the door opens. Okay, on to I. What do we have here? Okay. No new mechanic. Basically, these puzzles are pretty well readable still. So let's start off with this one here. We have a blue receiver. We have either cyan or violet. Both of them contain blue, so we need to filter out blue, or filter out the red or the non-blue part, basically. Like this, for instance, yeah. And like obviously we need to shoot the stuff up there also. We don't need red there, so we already know we have to switch the light sources. Yeah. And then we have green in there, which is just right. We just need blue also here. Yeah, blue and red, right? There's a static cube directing the green through here. But let's take a look at the blue beam first. It goes through here. And I think I only need blue also here, right? It's the only position I needed. So, but here basically it's simple enough that you have to direct the blue beam there into the next puzzle so that you can solve that puzzle there, right? Also there is a blue receiver. So the next thing that I looked at is the green receiver here, because we have a green beam coming from here, right? So basically, like, I mean, we need to direct it further also, and it has to be yellow, keep that in mind, yeah? But it is green and red, basically, those two colors. So I can split that here. And this would mean that yellow is going through here, so if I put a dichroic mirror here, and a green one to be precise, I will get green here and red in those two where I need them also. Wait, the other way around. Now I only need to get red into like this beam, sort of mix it here, and then get the violet thing also in here, sort of, yeah. But first off, it's pretty easy to see that here I only need blue, right? So let's get the remaining dichroic mirror. Because we have violet, that's blue and red, and blue will be directed exactly the way we need it. So finally I need to combine these two, red and green, shoot them through the yellow parts here, and also into this one, which is simple enough. Simple enough. It took me very long to find it, like at least 10-20 minutes, and I was looking at it and looking at it, and I didn't see it, that it's this simple actually, yeah. Everything else I had right, but I was doing stuff here and trying out, because they're not as easy as they look now, or as I make them look, maybe, I don't know. If you're playing this game yourself and looking for help, well, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, here, this one was also pretty difficult until I noticed one little detail. Anyhow, as you can see, I cannot shoot yellow through this here, because here I can only have green, right? Yeah. So I need to direct the yellow somewhere else, either up or down. Yeah. And the most likely thing is actually to combine it with the blue one, so that we get white, and then we can shoot it directly through this one. So let's do that, yeah? Sorry, let's do that from the back here. Like this. And then we need to split it, because we still need a green beam to go through here, sort of, right? Yeah, like this. Now we need the green dichroic mirror here somewhere to filter out the violet part. But the first receivers are activated. Now here we need green, yeah, and I do that with the violet dichroic mirror, like this, yeah? And now I already get violet here also, that's already net. So what I try to do, and what is probably the thing everybody tries to do first, is to direct this thing through here, and then use a filter to filter out blue here, to get the blue here and stuff. But then there's no way you can get cyan and red here, yeah? So what you need to do is actually direct the violet in here, and use this violet beam to go through here. Yeah. So let's do that. Yeah, you're saving one cube basically, and that's what you need. And here, as you can see, we have violet in here also. We have to filter out red, and the right position is to do it here, because here, if you look there, we also need red. Yeah. Like this. Okay. So now I only need to filter out the blue component out of this beam here, so that we have only red there, which is easily done like this. And then we have blue and green in here, like cyan, meaning the remaining cube can shoot the cyan through there. That's the solution for this puzzle, yeah? It's a very, very good puzzle, I think. Because like this, it's very easy to overlook this. It's more likely that once you get the green beam here, like you put this here and then you try stuff with mirrors and stuff, it doesn't work. Yeah. So, on to the final puzzle here. First off, we only need blue in here. Yeah, so let's take the blue dichroic mirror, direct it up, because we need green with the red here for the yellow. Yeah, so that is a very good indication that that is the right solution. Now, we need yellow in here, but we also need red down here somewhere, at least there. Yeah. Because this one, like, I could attack it from there also, but it's very difficult and it's easier to get both of them at the same time. Yeah. So let's split the beam like this. Combine everything to white here. Yeah. And now, as you can see now, here I need red and here I need cyan in this line, right? If I need cyan and red, I need to take the red dichroic mirror, and it works just fine. Now here I need red, and I need red in here. So now we can take the green mirror, because basically I also only need green there, so I need to filter the red part out of the yellow beam and direct it here. So with the two cubes I can now finalize this puzzle like this. And like this. So that's the last puzzle for section I. Another one under construction still. And we're getting to J. J1 is there. Now the bottom right HUD display doesn't work anymore. There's some sort of bug. But it doesn't matter now. Because you can see all the receivers that you need to hit. Now the rationale here basically is that you get cyan color from here going in there and it comes out there. Yeah? And you have red from here. Yeah? And red has to stay here, obviously, because of this receiver. So let's first of all direct the cyan light into the programmable cube that is static here. Now straight I can only shoot red because of this receiver. Yeah? So here we have the one teleporting cube, and here we have the other teleporter cube. If you look in this direction, you can see that here you need green. Yeah. So I need to shoot green into the right cube, and I get green back there. And there I need blue, so if I shoot blue into the left cube, I get blue there. Yeah. However, like, you can't really, like, the thing is, once you shoot one of these beams through a receiver, the beam is lost. You can't do anything with it anymore, because you can't position the cubes here, right? So there has to be something else that you need to do, that you can do, and it is actually by looking at this line here. If you look at this cube, here you need violet, and there you need green. Green and violet is exactly white, right? Green here, red and blue here. So that strongly suggests that you need to shoot a white beam there, basically, yeah, and then you can use a dichroic mirror to filter through, to filter out the magenta part, the violet part, right, and let green through. So let's do that, like this. As you can see, it works. Yeah, and the same is true on the other side. You need white, basically, on both sides. On the other side, and because here you have blue and yellow, which adds up to white, right? So that's why you can split that here like this. Now the only thing left is this one here. You need cyan, but you can't get any of the beams that you have, but you have two cubes left, and that's the final clue, because basically from here you can just grab the original cyan beam and direct it into the other teleporter, like this, and then you have red and cyan in here, right? And then direct the cyan into the programmable cube from this side. Yeah? So now everything is activated, as you can see, 8 of 8, and we're going to J2. HUD still doesn't work. Doesn't matter. This was also very difficult for me to figure out. It wasn't made easier that you could move this cube. There was it was faultily constructed, this thing, even though this is supposed to be a static cube. And then it makes sense actually. I can't tell you now, like there is no real logical way to do this. It was just trying around stuff and it made sense sort of. Like the way to start is to shoot the violet beam through here, yeah? Which means it goes out there, and then with the static cube it's being directed in here, which is good, right? Now from here you shoot it again through the static teleporter cube here, right? And then you come here, and that's where it made sense finally, this thing, because now if you take one of the two blue dichroic mirrors and you position it here, the setup is just right to hit these three receivers properly. Here you have red, you need blue in all of the three of them, like this, right? And now you basically just need to shoot violet through here. So let's do that. Into the teleporter. You can see it goes out there already. And now the final mystery of this puzzle is solved, how to hit these two receivers in the end, yeah? Because you need to do violet first, or you can't really, it's very difficult. You just put the dichroic mirror here to get red and blue. Because basically you can't shoot blue in from here, yeah? Or the red one was the difficult one, I think, because, like, first of all, you can't shoot it through here because it would go through the blue receiver. You can't shoot it from here, sort of, because, like, yes, you could shoot it from here. You can't shoot it from here because there's the teleporter, which means you would have to shoot it in from here, yeah, the red one, to hit it there. And also from this side is not really possible. It would be possible from here, sort of. Otherwise, it would be in the teleporter again, yeah. And like then you would have to shoot something into this teleporter from here, which also doesn't work. So the only way to get red in there would be from here, yeah, or from there, as we did now. But only this way it works, I think. Okay. Anyway, enough of me ranting about this puzzle. What was that? 2? Yeah, so we need to go to 3, which is here. This one I solved pretty quickly, which is due to the fact that you only have 2 cubes and 1 dichroic mirror somewhere. Where is it? Ah, it's there, the green one. Anyhow, you have a static programmable cube. Let's start with this one. You need blue just straight ahead, so let's do that. Violet is going in here, and if you look, here is one teleporting cube, the other one is there. Yeah, they're oriented the same way, so you have to shoot red into that one to get red through here. Yeah, that is obvious or apparent. So now, since you need yellow there, let's combine green and red. Yeah, 2 yellow like this. Yeah. Also, like, we only have these 2 things left now. Yeah. What else do we need? We need blue in here. Yeah. And we also need blue in here. Now, how to do this? We would somehow have to get the blue into this teleporting cube, right? And, like, to be honest, I found this by chance. Like, just putting it, because I was always putting it in like this and figuring out, and then I found out that, like, I mean, basically I can do it like this, because here one beam goes into this teleport and goes out here, creating white here. So now I can just put this thing there, and as you can see, green and blue is the cyan. Here we have blue, and if I turn this around, we also have the 2 violet ones, yeah? So a very neat puzzle. Very nice. And puzzle number 4 was this one now? Yes. So this one I found much easier actually, because the first thing I looked at is here. Like, if you shoot green into this teleport there, these 2 get green, right? And they need green. Also, if you shoot green on this side, you have everything green that has to be green, yeah? Eventually we do need green also in there, but we'll deal with that later. Okay? So basically what we need to do is shoot blue through this thing here. Oh no, actually we can put let's put this in here already, yeah? Like that's a white beam, but it's only yellow now because we only got yellow inside here, yeah? Yes, we need to shoot blue through this thing here. And we need to shoot red through this thing there, yeah? So blue we can get by separating this here, right? Yeah. Now, the first thing I tried is to do it here, but the thing is that we need blue also. Wait, no. Wait. What was it? That I can't shoot red in here. Yeah, I need to... Like, the thing is that I need to separate blue and red here, basically, yeah. That's the main thing. Because now I can direct the red beam like this and like this, yeah. And now the red beam hits this receiver from here, because otherwise from here I can only shoot blue, so the red one has to come either from here or from here, or it could be directed like this. No, it can't, because like I can't get a red beam from there, from that corner there. So that's the only way to get red into this receiver, by splitting red out here and directing it in there. Can't, however, do it here, obviously, because then this one wouldn't be activated, yeah? So now the final thing is putting, it's not the final thing, the red beam through these two receivers. And here I have yellow and blue. Everything is done, perfect. Okay. Okay, that's also already the final section, and in this puzzle I was stuck for hours. Hours and hours and hours. Until I posted in the Steam forums and the developer gave me a hint, which I'm gonna give you too. It's that these two things have to be positioned right in front of the switchable things. I did that before already, but with another color subtraction method sort of, and it didn't work. So what I found out now, like I played around a lot with the colors, so I can do that pretty quickly now actually. And once I had this clue, it took me like, I don't know, 20-15 minutes only to get the solution. Because basically you have the yellow filter here, which means you can put blue in here. You need blue on both of these sides, right? And the yellow one can go in here, because you need yellow on both of these sides. Now if you take the blue beam and redirect it back in here, you basically have X here activated. You only need red on that side, yeah? So let's toggle this and look from the other side, because here it works even better. If you put the yellow beam in here, you already have both triangles activated, yellow and white there, yeah? So one door is already open. And that's like I knew that it has to be solved somehow with this approach, because like you can basically get the X's and the triangles with very few cubes. So now the only question is what to do with red, right? Yeah. Is it possible to get red in this solution? No, the only way to get red somewhere, or I mean, basically, can I get cyan? Can I do anything here, basically, in this solution? Like, I do have splits, yeah, but the white one ends here, sort of. I would have two splits. That's not really the thing to proceed. Let's proceed with red, yeah, to finish the X's here, like the two X's. We have white here, yeah, and we need red in here. So white is a very good starting point actually, because you have white, you have red in there, and you have cyan, and you need cyan back there, and like sort of it fits, yeah? So what I did was just use white already to go into this receiver there in the back, because obviously directing a beam from somewhere else will take lots of cubes. But since we still need white, we need to use a split here, like this, yeah? And now you can see basically it's not so much that we need to do. We need red in there, cyan in here, in these three, and red in here. So cyan in these three, and red in this one, and in this one. This is something we can do. Somehow we'll manage. Now the main problem with this approach is that, as you can see, like you can't use the dichroic mirror right here because you get red in the wrong direction, and cyan would be better the other way around. So basically you can do that by taking this cube, for instance, here, directing it down, yeah, and then doing this, putting this here and then directing it up, but then you're short one cube. So what you need to figure out is that you still have a split, which is here, and you can from here hit this one where we need red, and this one where we need red. Yeah? So, and that means we can do... This one is still available, yeah. We can do this. Now we only need to direct this up, and we need one more cube, which we have there. This one is not in use, and that is the solution. It's like the setup is pretty straightforward actually, but it took me ages to find this. Like I had so many other approaches where I had the axis and the triangle switchable. I was able to activate the axis and the triangles at the same time and everything, but like it was always the rectangle part that I didn't figure out properly. Yeah, but like this it works, should at least. Yes, it does. So this is K2. That's the final puzzle. It is a pretty symmetrical puzzle, which is a hint to the solution, for me at least it was. And like the first approach for me was like, since I have so little cubes, like to position the first cubes like this so that I can hit those two with one beam, and I need to switch between violet and cyan, and the same is true here, violet and cyan. However, I want this in this line here, yeah, so that it can be hit here somehow, from this side and from this side, yeah. Because the main problem in this puzzle is that you can't really create a closed loop here. You can easily activate all these here at the same time, but then basically it is closed, the loop is closed. You can't filter anything out because the light goes through here, then it's being directed there, and then you can't hit those two in the back there anymore, yeah? What I did was put the switchables... Oh, come on. The switchables here and here. Yeah. And as you can see now, here we have X, and there we have not the X, the violet, but we'll deal with that in a moment. Because basically, let's look at the rectangles first. It's easier to deal with, because the rectangles have to have all the colors, right? So here we have this, and we would need to get blue into it somehow. So you can do that with one of those two cubes, but since like it's easier or better, I thought to use this here. I can filter out the blue part here and shoot through green there, and then I get blue in here, and we have violet and violet there, yeah. And we can do the same thing on the other side. Here. Like this. So now I could use this one here to shoot red through this. Or I could shoot it in there, basically. What do I want to do? I don't even know, because basically I think I need to put this one in there. You can see the white one activates there. And then if we put the green one in here, here we have blue and here we have violet, we need green in there. Yeah. Now we have these two activated. Yeah. But not those in the back. So let's switch this. Doesn't do anything, which means I probably have to switch the light sources. Let's try that. What do we have here? Nothing at all, but now we need to switch the dichroic mirrors, because the colors are now... nothing happens. So... I'm not remembering... oh, wait, this one is not correct. This one has to be done like... they have to be done like this. That's the thing. I didn't do that right. That's why I didn't have to switch the sources, because I don't remember having to do that. Now it works. Does it work? No, now I have to switch those again. It's like that. Yeah? This is a bit trying, like once you get to the setup, sort of like, then it's just trying out. You know that it's sort of right, basically, because now we have all the 4 X's, and now we have all the 4 rectangles. I still don't know why it works, and I don't want to look at it now. I just want to get out of this. This video is long enough. So, let's get into the train all the way back home. So, there's some flashbacks here of the puzzles that I solved. Yeah, while watching this, I thank you for watching. I hope I was able to help you out here or there. And I hope you enjoyed this video, watching it. In fact, so much that you will maybe check out some of the other videos on my channel. Until then, or until the next ReThink video game is being released. There is going to be another one, I was told, but probably top-down view? Well, we'll see. Until then, I say bye.